Ah, hey, what do you know? It's November. Sorry, what am I saying? It's December 23rd, and the clock on the wall says it's 11 a.m. Time for another presentation of voices. And Jamsta have me laughing as we start the show. Gonna have a very nice show today. Lots of things to discuss, mainly all things Calypso. And I know I've had a number of calls, folks inquiring about what's happening with this addendum that, the Carnival Committee presented to the Calypsonians. We'll touch on that. We'll also touch on the response that was given by the director of Carnival, Mr. Clement Monarch Ogaro. We'll talk about that also. But here's what. We have to first give credence and respect to our sponsors. When we return, we'll give a shout-out to our diehard fans who have made this show possible and continue with the support, with the calls, the commentary, etc. When we've done that, we'll come back and we will lock it down and launch today's presentation of Voices.
I'm gonna have a worry-free Christmas, yes I will. I'm gonna have a worry-free Christmas, yes I will.
What's got you so happy?
I'm heading to TVC Financial Services for their worry-free Christmas promotion. They're offering up to $100,000 secured and $85,000 unsecured. It's everything I need to tick off my holiday to-do list. Renovating the house, getting gifts for the family, travel plans, and even back to school shopping. With TVC Financial Services, I'm getting ready for a worry-free Christmas. No stress, just joy. What about you? You joining me? TVC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
'Tis the season of Christmas. We feeling festive for sure. So you get 2 free smartphones when you sign up for a family postpaid plan with Flow. Choose a family essential plan and get 30 gigabytes of data. The family plus plan and get 45 gigabytes of data. Or the family max plan and get a whopping 60 gigabytes of data. With any family plan, you get 2 Samsung smartphones free. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Sign up in store or online today at discoverflow.co.
Feel the magic happening.
Campari.
Taste. Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
So we're back with the program, and today we're talking all things Calypso. We want to go way back, somewhere like 34 years, and bring a song that has been reminding us over the years of how we need to be careful and conscious when we're driving on the roads. We know over the past couple of weeks, we've had some ghastly reminders, some fatalities. I saw a post early this morning that said there were some 3 to 6 accidents last night here in the Federation. We need to know that we have more drivers on the road. We have to be very, very careful. Some people start blaming the road conditions and lack of lighting and No. If you're on roads that are not properly lit and all that, that means you have to be very, very careful. Take all the precautions. You can't be speeding and then something happens and you're, the road conditions. No. In the meantime, we're going to play 2 verses of this one, a song that was recorded some 30 years ago and is still very relevant today. Jamsta is on the board. Bring it home. This is a song that won me my first National Calypso Crown. weekend party lime all night. It's fet. But now it comes going home time. You tight, but yet, though the little sense you have dictates, you shouldn't take that wheel. You're revving up your engine is no big deal. You feel in such drunken states you've driven home before. Precaution and safety measures you ignore. Don't drive while intoxicated. These rules are so oft neglected. Account for accidents by the score. So once more, when imbibing, don't go driving. Oh,
you'll be just a killer on the road.
When vision is impaired, your judgment will be affected. And
you'll be just a killer on the road.
My friend, when booze give you double vision and you end up in collision, the next day when you get sober, you learn to your grief and horror. You're the latest killer on the road. But then, you're a licensed killer on the road. Amen. To judge your ability for driving on the liquor by my capacity. You point out how many accidents take place without the aid of booze. You show me how them drug users also abuse the rules. But even when in full control of one's faculties, there's no guarantee you'd reach your destiny. Accident, my friend, will occur, but you multiply the danger when you go staggering to your car. So if you smoke up, please stay back up. Oh,
you'll be just a killer on the road.
My friend, don't break that seal, then take the wheel. Oh,
you'll be just a killer on the road.
You killing from 9 to 90, endangering life and limb. Then think your insurance policy could compensate your victim. You potential killer on the road. My friend, you're just one more killer on the road. Amen. This young nurse left her home and family, driving towards work to take up night duty. Foremost in her mind was to go and help the infirm and sick. She didn't know that tonight she wouldn't make it to her shift. Party hopping drunken Joe comes out to spree. Drunk and babbling yet he's cruising at 90. They were on a collision course, yet he did not see the nurse. She didn't know what killed her, what a loss. Until you learn to show concern, hey, you'll be
just a killer on the road.
So if you're drinking, let your friend do the driving. Hey,
you'll be just a killer on the road.
My friend, if you'd run into a tree, well, that may not bother me. But you're killing innocently. Your victim died horribly. Oh, you're senseless killer on the road. But then, you're an expert killer on the road. Amen. We have too many expert killers on the roads at the moment, and we need folks to take precautions, observe safety measures, etc., etc., etc. As I say, we're talking all things Calypso today, And before we get into that, I want to give the shout-outs to the folks who are so very important to this radio station. We will start by someone I refer to as a friend of the Federation, in the person of Mr. Brenda O'Neill. She'll be here shortly for another event. But we welcome her any given time. Then there's Miss Rosemary Donald. She also has proven to be a friend of the Federation in terms of the many gift packages she used to send to help folks in our medical distress. There is also Dr. Irvin Sweeney. By the way, he's going to be here on that show on the 30th of December in Carnival City. It's called Kaiso Kaiso. It's being promoted by the Lions. And we have people like Sweeney, the King Pharaoh, the King Fancy, Queen Singing Jackie, Mark the First going back in the days. And that song that we just played will be rendered on the show. It's a request. I have to sing Cologne Road. So Dr. Sweeney, big up yourself. He'll be here shortly. We have Mr. Val Monish and family, Mr. Derek V. Freights, another giant that once contributed in so many ways to Calypso, the Queen pageants, etc. Still up there. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Mervyn Leader, I should say Dr. Mervyn Leader, Calypso fan up there in the US, always attuned to what's happening here in the Federation. Sister Sylvian Henry, a voice that we depend on daily to keep us grounded. One of the best fact checkers in the region. I hope you're doing great, sister. Then you have Culture, Carl Brown, Gregory, Amber, Eustace Hendrickson, Zara, Cleo, and husband. You have to remember the husband. There's also all the folks who took time out yesterday to send me birthday greetings. There were too many to respond to. I want to say to you, thank you so very much. Yesterday was a big day, Jamsta. Didn't hear from you. So thanks, guys. From the bottom of my heart, thank you most kindly. Beulah, we're talking all things Calypso today, so this show is dedicated to you. We got about 30 minutes past. We have two items to address. One is the letter / the addendum that everybody's talking about that was presented to Calypsonians on the 20th. People who got wind of it thought it was an attempt to censor the Calypsonians. We will also read the response from the Carnival Committee, to be fair, in what they were trying to get sorted. And then we'll open the lines and invite comments and feedback on these two issues. First, let me read the letter that was presented to Calypsonians, which they refused to sign, and that has created quite a furor, not only at home, but around the world. Everybody's weighing and accusing the Carnival Committee / government of trying to censor Calypsonians. We're going to go into those songs in a minute, but let me first read the letter that was presented to the finalists. And it reads, this addendum is entered into this 20th day of December by and between the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Committee, hereinafter referred to as the organizer, and Calypsonians, name, herein referred to as the Calypsonian, or collectively as the parties. This addendum is incorporated into and made part of the original Senior Calypso Policy document. The agreement dated and inserted dates, etc. All items and conditions of this agreement, not expressively modified, herein shall remain in full force and effect. Purpose of the addendum. The purpose of this addendum is to establish guidelines for content during performance to ensure that the event maintains a standard of respect and professionalism and cultural integrity. Content standards. The Calypsonian agrees to refrain from including in the performances, it's both performances, any content that is, 1, nasty or vile. Material that is offensive, distasteful, or inappropriate for a diverse audience. 2, disrespectful. Language or actions that disparage individuals, groups, or institutions in any unnecessary or harmful manner. Then 3, vulgar, profane or indecent language, gestures, or behavior. Acknowledgement of the cultural significance. The Calypsonian acknowledges the cultural significance of the calypso music and agrees to uphold the art form's tradition of delivering powerful social commentary in a manner that is creative, respectful, and thought-provoking without resorting to the above prohibited behaviors. Consequences of violation. In the event that the Calypsonian violates the above content standards, the organizers reserves the right to take the following actions. 1, immediate termination of the performance. 2, forfeiture of any compensation due under the agreement. And 3, exclusion from future events organized by the organizer. Agreement to comply. By signing below, the Calypsonian acknowledges that they have read and understood the terms of this addendum and agree to comply with the content standards set forth herein. And we have the space for the signature of the Carnival Committee, the organizers, the date, and then the Calypsonian's name, signature, etc. Suffice it to say, this copy, and what is has been generally understood, none of the Calypsonians signed this document. Okay? What we're going to do is go downtown, take a break, a commercial break, and let those listening chew on this in the meantime. And when we return, we will read the response from the Carnival Committee. Okay? Downtown, Jamsta.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
'Tis the season to shop and win. Ram Supermarket, let the fun begin. Each week, 3 winners. Oh, what a thrill! 500 cash to pay your Christmas bill. Ram Supermarket, bring you cash for Christmas. Shop at any of our supermarkets or cash and carry, and each week 3 lucky shoppers will win 500 in cash. Shop and win. It's the season of cheer. Ram Supermarket, spreading joy all year. The good food people making spirits bright. With cash for Christmas, your holidays just right. Ram Supermarket, the good food people. Shop today and win big this Christmas.
Shopping with TDC just got much easier. Here's how. Log on to shoptdcgroup.com. Shop at your convenience at any time, from anywhere, with your smartphone, tablet, or computer. With our safe and secure payment checkout, you choose the option to pick up in-store or have your goods delivered right to your door. It's that easy. Shop tdcgroup.com, your one-stop online store.
Shop anywhere, shop anytime, same quality you love. Now online. Shop
www.shoptdcgroup.com.
I want this and this. Oh, can I have?
Sure, we have an extra $600 from Flo. You can have everything you want.
Get it all with the gift of a free $600 MasterCard cash card. 2 free smartphones and free installation when you bundle Flow Mobile and Internet. That's the gift of free times 3. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Bundle in store or online at discoverflow.co today.
Merry Christmas!
Once again, good morning and welcome back to today's presentation of Voices. Having read the copy of the addendum that was presented to the Calypsonians on the 20th a few days ago, I am getting a query as to whether or not this is the actual document that was presented to the Calypsonians, because there appears to be a difference in the one that's out there. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that and make the comparisons. But there's also a question from this particular contributor. He's asking, since the Calypsonians did not sign, what does it mean for their participation? The show have to go on. No one signed, so in block they have to present the show as it was planned. You can't say if you didn't sign the document, you can't perform. There's an original contract they signed, this is an addendum to it, etc., and they refuse to sign it. So I believe between then and now, they would have come to some kind of agreement, but nobody is accepting the terms and conditions of this addendum. I would like to now read the response of the Carnival Committee. Let's see if you can find that document sent to me by the great Jamsta. I'll read as far as I can. And this is the response to the public outcry as it relates to the addendum that was presented to the Calypsonians, who refused to sign it because they thought it was an attempt at handcuffing them, so to speak. And this comes from the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Affairs. Well, they affirm, let me read it again. The St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival affirms support for freedom of speech in senior Calypso Monarch finals. Okay. And it reads, the National Carnival Committee wishes to address recent concerns regarding the senior Calypso Monarch finals and is pleased to clarify its position regarding the senior Calypso Monarch finals, reaffirming that there is no gag order imposed on participating Calypsonians. The SKNNCC firmly upholds the principle of freedom of speech, particularly in relation to all national carnival events, with Calypso being a fundamental expression of the voice of the people. On Friday, December 20th, 2024, the St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Committee convened with Calypso finalists to pull their performance position for the upcoming Senior Calypso Monarch competition. The previously established Calypso policy was signed by all Calypsonians. I'll read it again. The previously established Calypso policy that was signed by all Calypsonians includes a clause designed to identify the Carnival Committee and further states that participants must respect the audience and judges and not exceed the boundaries of good taste. This clause promoted inquiries from the Calypsonians. Let me go back again. So this clause promoted inquiries from the Calypsonians regarding the boundaries of the performance. What do you think, Jamsa? What do you think? What my interpretation is that this addendum is a response to the Calypsonians' inquiries regarding the boundaries of their performances. In response to these inquiries, the committee sought to clarify the intent of the clause and provide an addendum to the original policy for discussion. The SKNNCC wants to assure all participants that there is absolutely no intention to suppress the voices of the Calypsonian or any contributors in our national carnival events. Our primary aim is to encourage creativity. Let me see. Our primary is creativity expression while ensuring that all performances exhibit a level of respect for all individuals. Okay. The Carnival Committee remains committed to fostering an environment where Calypsonians can freely express their artistry and experiences. We appreciate the engagement from all Calypsonians and the general public, and always encourage open dialogue. We look forward to the general public's support for all Calypso finalists on the 27th December at the Carib Senior Calypso Monarch Finals at Carnival Village. It will definitely be a showdown for the history books. And this is from the director of the National Carnival, Mr. Clement Monarch Ogaro. So there you have it, and we're going to open the lines to get feedback and commentary on this hot potato, so to speak. The number to call is 662-0989. If there are other numbers, send it to me, Jamsta. I'll put them up there. But of course, this is a situation, and it created quite a firestorm over the last couple of days. The public at large came out in support of the Calypsonians. They were angered with the word up there that they were being censored, and this letter was threatening them and all the different things. So I'm going to leave it on the board. You, the public, who would have weighed in, who would have your opinions, who, let's hear from you. What do you think? So 662-0989 gets you in on the conversation. Was it an attempt at censorship? Do you accept the response from the director of Carnival, who's stating emphatically that they have no intention of censoring any of the Carnival, the participants in the show in no shape or form? So, was it, what? What was this, Jamsa? Some say it was a knee-jerk reaction, the Carnival Committee. And this is what's up there. That the response or the rationale behind that letter was a knee-jerk response to one of the Queen contestants who took part in the National Carnival Queen pageant the previous night. Her performances, during her talent segment, what she said, and the tone in which she said it. Most folks who were there said that she captured the support of the audience. They were in sync with what she was saying. But as she was making a political statement, which was never before evidenced in a Queen pageant show. They don't do that. That's for the Calypsonians. So in order to head off anything like that in a similar event, this was the thinking behind this letter. But I'm saying, Jamster, that all of the finalists, their songs have been known, judged, and accepted without any critique by the Carnival Committee. The public at large. The songs are known. Okay, is there a song that is in question? You want to play it for us? Lady Karens? Is it play now? Let's hear it.
Still climbing on the road to prosperity.
Okay, so I was just telling Socrates that a commenter on Island Tea this morning was saying that this song may have been part of. We're not saying it is. I was just giving the opinion.
Can you put it up from the top and just play it for us?
Yeah, I will.
Please.
I will. Yeah.
Because Jamsa said that this particular song may have been one of the reasons why.
Which is one of the commenters was saying that this morning.
A commenter was saying that this morning. Let's hear it.
This is my proposal for the leaders of this country.
From the semi-finals night. Okay.
10 years from now, where will we be? Will we be still standing as a nation, proud and free? Still climbing on the road to prosperity, or crippled by debt internationally? Our CBI program once rated the best in the region, now embroiling contention and controversy. Both MSI and Galaxy gave a black eye to my country, while leaders play the blame game to clear their names. This is a shame. The infighting we keep hearing about has to stop. So we're asking those leading to act like grown-ups. You don't have to behave like fools. So get rid of your egos. Build this country by working shoulder to shoulder is what I propose. Don't laugh at others' downfall. And don't you dare say it can't happen to you. There's always been infighting in every party. This caused the downfall of unity, which gave you a great opportunity to take over the mantle of this country, given a strong mandate by the electorate. You said you were happy with how you met the treasury, but very soon you changed your tune, biting up more than you could chew, and some in your cabinet don't support you. This seems to be true. The infighting we keep hearing about has to stop. So we're asking those leading to act like grown-ups. You don't have to behave like fools. So get rid of your egos. Build this country by working shoulder to shoulder is what I propose. Cain killed his brother Abel because of jealousy, and Judas betrayed Jesus because of money. Be careful of the people around you.
Kaiso. I see that merely as an admonition to our elected leaders and those responsible for steering the country forward. We've heard the rumors of the infighting. We've seen what seemed to be stagnation in the development of the country. There's a lot of angst out there about the country development, the leadership, where we're going, where we're not going. A lot of talk was hinged about the double salary and what we're getting. One of my previous shows, I spoke about the psychology of paying the double salary or not. My thing is, and I would like the country to weigh in on this question: is our cup half full, our glasses, are they half full or half empty? Because at some point in time, we're going to go through some rough times. We've read in the Bible, there's a period of 7 years of plenty, 7 years of lean. You can't have it all the best of it all the time. You're going to have hills and valleys, etc. But as you move forward and you develop as a people, once there's a clear vision, and that is articulated by the leadership, we don't have a problem. We understand there are times when we have to tighten our belts. But against promises made and things not delivered, and there's no follow-up explanation, you're going to have a lot of angst out there. But my thing is, we have to be, at some point, philosophical and look at our glasses and try to figure out, are they half full or half empty? Because there's nothing in the cupboard. Listen, my father was a fisherman. And when I was, in my teens, my mother said to me one day, on a given day, your father went out to sea. And he came back. He didn't catch anything. He came over on lunchtime. He asked what was there to eat. And she said to him, all we have here is the bread for the children. He drank some water and went back out to sea. And that has always stuck with me. Every day is fishing day. Every day is not catching day. But you in the leadership, the times you have to make the sacrifice for the betterment of the good of the country. We have this backlog. Well, there is a salary within a year and this and that and that. So it comes down to your performance, how we deliver. But as a whole, we are a people, Cartesian divisions, who've been through a lot worse than this. and have emerged victorious over the years or development. You climb, slide back. It's not like we're doing one step forward and two steps backwards. I'm not making any apology for the government or any administration. But look at how we develop. At times we have to tighten our belts, but it all comes down to how you communicate with the people from the leadership. I heard watch a clip of the Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas in Parliament talking about, so we have a $250 million deficit. So what? It reminded me of years ago when he coined the phrase, public debt me ass. But we live, we learn, and, we'll get over this. But you have to respect the fact that the Calypsonians reflect the collective views of the society. And during this carnival season, that's what they do. They present whatever is in their songs. And if the songs serve as, they come across as admonishing the government, you have to live, you have to learn, you have to listen and take it from there because they represent the masses and the general sentiment of the country. So I would read this letter and wonder, what's in this that was threatening? Because the songs are known. That's the whole point with me. The songs are known from even eliminations. You had that first stage. You selected 16 out of 40-something. And then from the 40-something, you selected 8 from that 16. The songs are known. Nothing really objectionable, but they're popular with the public because they reflect the sentiment of the country. Things are not going well. And what you need to do, not to try to, even the appearance of censorship, because the backlash has been so negative that is hurting the image of the country, the government, etc. We don't need that, right? We will pause once again for payments. We have a caller line. Okay, caller, you're live on Voices. Let's see what you have to say.
Socrates, good day to you.
Gregory, compliments of the season. Yes. Welcome to the program.
God bless you and God bless Jamsta and good day to Jamsta as well, and greetings to everybody in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of the sinners from their sins and from hell, and the second person of the eternal, most blessed, glorious Trinity. Now,
Jamsta, give you a thumbs up.
Tell him I say thanks. God blessings to him as well, too,
okay,
and your audience as well.
Thank you.
No, and to you too. And okay, first let me say, I told Jamsta about it in the past, but I never spoke to you about it, and I'm gonna mention it again. And I'm not surprised of the banning of songs for the incumbent government.
There's been no banning. There's been no banning of songs. So let's clarify that there's been no banning of songs.
Well, that seemed to me as though that was the purpose, because if you're going to censor some type of songs, that's the same thing as banning them, wanting to banning them.
Okay, well, I understand your opinion, but I want to clarify that we didn't say here or anything that the songs were banned.
Yeah, because I don't see any difference between censoring songs and banning them. To me, just different words describing the same idea.
Okay, Gregory? Yeah, you got the mic.
But I will use the word censor, since that is probably easier on the ears. To wanting to censor songs, calypsos, the government wanting to do such, doesn't seem as though it is something new.
It's
because
not.
Like I told Jamsta already in the past, quite a few years back, I read an article, and in the article it said that when the Calypsonians start to sing against you, you're on your way out. It is a sign that you're on your way out.
I hear you.
And that seemed to be our experience as well, because when the Calypsonians started to sing against Pam, they didn't have much time in, they went out. When they started to do it to Labour, the same thing happened. To Unity, the same thing happened.
Really?
Huh?
I sang against Labour for 20 years.
No, I'm talking about the general, when it is a general that...
Okay.
Obviously, they're going to be Calypsonian. But when it become a general thing, When it become a general thing,
General
the
sentiment.
vast majority of the continue doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there's no surprise because, and like I say, that seemed to be our experience as well, and the articles seem to have some substance to that point. So that is one of the things. Now, what I would also like to say is that you also mentioned the Honorable Dr. Densley Douglas made a statement concerning the deficit that we're running up, and he said,
so what?
Yeah, so what? He said that he said something similar in the past.
Yes, probably that may ask.
Used in different words, but the message is still the same. No. With all due respect, well, you know, as a Christian, I believe in doing things the Bible way. But even economists who doesn't even got the Bible road still would tell you the same thing that I would tell you, many of them. For example, economists from the Austrian School of Economics and economists from the Chicago School of Economics, for example, they, among others, would tell you that national debt and public deficits are very, very dangerous. The more they go up, is the more the government gonna have to pay back. Because when the people because the national debt and the national deficit, the budget deficit, they reflect the amount of money that the government borrowed. So the higher the national debt is the more the government had borrowed. The higher the national debt and the higher the budget deficit is the more the government has borrowed, and therefore it is the more the government have to pay back. So it is not something to ignore. As a matter of fact, you have to remember these are loans to be paid back. So therefore, the bigger your loan gets, you know what's going to also get bigger?
What?
Your interest on the loan. So not only is your loan getting bigger, your interest on the loan are also getting bigger as a government on the loans that you have borrowed as a government. No, getting money like a loan, when you go to the bank, getting the loan, getting the money is sweet. It's sweet, but getting the money, very sweet. It is when it comes to paying back, that is where
and the measures that have to be implemented.
Right. You see, but not only that, ultimately, who pays back the loan?
The citizen.
The people.
Yeah.
The citizens. And not only that, you know what the government going to have to do to pay back the increase in loan and the increase in interest on the loans? The government going to have to implement increase in taxes and government fees on the people to pay back the increase in loans and the increase in interest on the loans. And when that happens, when the government going to have to do it sooner or later, but it must be done sooner or later. When the government do that sooner or later, the cost of living is going to go even more higher, a lot higher. The closure of businesses is going to increase because you're going to increase the expense of operating businesses. Therefore, unemployment is going to be increased. Hardship in life is going to be increased. The standard of living is going to decrease. The cost of living is going to increase.
We need you to get on Church Street, Gregory.
Huh?
We need you to get you on Church Street.
Well, I can't make out the last word you said.
We need to get you on Church Street.
Oh, okay. Now I make out what you said. Now I make out what you said. You see, I'm going to tell you, yesterday I read a meme, and the meme said this: the bitterest of truth is better than the sweetest of lies. But we too love to hear the lies. We too love to hear that we are getting this and that for nothing. Let me tell you, the government doesn't give you any free lunch. There's a cost attached to it, and it's going to come later or sooner. but there's a cost to everything the government gives you and provides to you and for you. Yes,
Tell us now, James, have a question?
Yes. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry, James was reminding me something. Go ahead.
Yeah, Saturday, let me just end off by telling people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just end off by telling people this is the good Christmas season. Let us focus on Jesus Christ, that he came to seek and to save sinners from their sins and from hell. This is the reason why he was born, and without a Christmas, there is no Easter. Easter is the result of Christmas. So the two of them are intimately and inseparably entwined with each other. So, people, if you die outside of Jesus Christ, you're going to go to hell, but only the blood of Jesus Christ, through faith alone, can save you from your sin and from hell. This is the reason why Jesus was born. This is the message of Christmas, which resulted in Easter. Thank you.
Thank you, Gregory. And it's the most appropriate time for that message to be aired. We now go to our station break, and when we return, we give you... Jamsa was saying that you guys can make your comment. Even though you can't call, you can make some comments, and he'll be able to read online. So, okay. You have a good audience online, so thank you guys for logging on. We'll be back right after a few words from our sponsors. We're going to play one of the songs that has been deemed most controversial. Two songs, things that are going well, two different artists, because that seemed to be capturing the general sentiment. And we're trying to figure out if these were actually the rationale behind this attempt, the addendum that was presented to Calypsonians. We take a break, and we'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead. I think you have to go ahead. The system has...
We seem to have a little glitch in the system here, so...
decided to go crazy.
Jam's over there wrestling with things.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to continue.
You got to start it?
I have to shut this down. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
You also remind folks that on the 26th, over at the Sugar Apple, Queen Singing Jackie is celebrating her 50th year in Calypso. And a number of artists will be there in support of her. One has to recognize that. And oftentimes we don't really honor our heroes. And this is a chance for us to come up and say thank you and show our support for Queen Singing Jackie, who has been on stage contributing year after year since 1974. Even after moving to the USVI, where she's an educator, she lived there, she taught there, she would come home every year and make her contribution. Win, lose, or draw, to use the phrase of Beulah. One has to respect that. That dedication to your culture, to the development of Calypso, for so many years, 50 years, most consistent. I believe Lord Kutch and her, Star Shield and those guys would have started in the same year. And this was the brainchild of King Sweeney to help to create a platform for junior Calypsonians, which resulted in many of them performing on the bigger stage. Monarch, example, a recording artist, Calypsonian, soca artist, now the director of Carnival. Those seeds were planted way back in 1974. So for Jackie to be around today to celebrate 50 years of Carnival, I believe WinFM have no problem in saying congratulations to Jackie. Probably on that day we'll play some of my material and still a thanks, because without the artists providing these material, these songs, the country is bereft of directions, or void of directions. So we want to say thank you for Queen Singing Jackie. We sorted over there yet? Okay, so we now go downtown and give credit to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Oh, you're not ready yet? Yeah, we're back. We started? Okay. Oh, a restart. You need to talk. We need to go colloquial. Say we start over. You go now. Yeah, as we say, good morning to Bag of Sugar up there. Go ahead. We're still queuing up for another songs by Big Lice, the leader of the opposition. I think we're having some challenge over there. So, Bag of Sugar, I know you're in tuned. Good morning, how you doing? Up there in New York City and all that. I know I'm going to see you doing the Carnival in TNT coming up shortly. But that's a different story for a different time. So, we want to go through a couple of the songs that really seem to have created some interest and some controversy for the Sugar Mass 2024 competition, which is coming up on next week, Friday, I think it is. And interestingly, the tickets are being sold, from what I understand, at $40. I thought it would be more. No, for the Calypso Monarch Finals, I thought it would be more. I think it will be well attended. The interest that those songs have created, that catchphrase, things are not going well. This, to my mind, is Big Lice's best chance of capturing the national Calypso crown. I would love to see that happen. He has never done so. He's been a veteran campaigner. He came for us one a couple of times. All right. And so it'll be interesting. Because Keon is saying that they didn't need a crown. They had Mark the First, who had a crown some years ago. Who else they had the first crown in the person of entertainer, won the first national crown. Mark the First was one, whereas Fonzie represented Keon O'Connor. I'm not sure. But Crusader never got that distinction as National Crystal Monarch, but he's been one of the main writers for many Calypsonians over the years. And so Keon has the talent, well documented, and their contribution, but it will be the first time for the Big Lice to capture the National Calypso crown. And so far, he seems to be riding a wave of popularity, well on his way. Is still left to what happens on stage on Friday night coming. I am going to be there, and I expect others to show up at entrance or gate of $40. I think that's quite doable for many people. And they didn't get the double, so it's more affordable. Hey, I've been out there, right? And the amount of people talking about the double and the expectation and how things in that haze. Some days chickens, some days feathers. As I would put it, some days chickens. It means that you really can husband your business to the point that you really, well, not only a business, but your budget, your daily living and your salary and your management, where you're really, really dependent on a double in December. Some people needed to top up to pay off courts and these, but it's interesting because still, in the spirit of Christmas and Carnival, we come out and enjoy ourselves to the best. You don't need to have money to really enjoy. You see a lot of folks flying. There's a camaraderie. You have a good time. Take a beer or not. Drink a soft drink or not. Enjoy the season. Don't let stress kill you. Don't allow yourself to be misled by our political leaders. Don't develop that sense of dependency on them. Right? We take a call. Go to call your live and voices.
Hey, happy Christmas, happy Christmas.
You didn't tell me happy birthday yesterday, but we're still friends. It's okay.
Oh, your birthday was yesterday?
Yesterday.
So because you didn't want to give me a little diet drink or nothing like that?
Well, I swing by and give you something of that, That's not a problem.
Not dumpling and saltfish?
What I had? I had saltfish. I didn't have... I had saltfish and anchovy and everything for breakfast. I had kind of special breakfast and eggs yesterday, but no dumplings.
Right. I had some saltfish. My daughter and I went up by Pam to buy breakfast.
Uh-huh.
It was quite healthy. It had, all kind of potato, and I've never seen a breakfast like that.
Wow.
So maybe it was a brunch.
There you
it
go.
was worth it. I don't usually cook saltfish, but sometimes I yawn. You know what I mean? Your blood want a little salt in it.
I hear you. Well, I had pizza ham this morning,
to all. Let me start with Rosemary. Good morning, Rosemary.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the place cold up there. Cold. Come down.
I hear you.
Come down, all of you kitchens and divisions and people. What they're trembling in the cold. We have rain, but we have sunshine. Right now it feels hot and warm,
Christmas breeze.
So we give God thanks. I heard your song about the Killarney Road.
Yep.
May the Lord help us, will you?
Going back 34 years.
Yes. Because they're happening so close to each other.
Yep.
People are concerned. My condolences to all the families. Because I'm saying, some of them must sit down by the outfit, the carnival thing, pay down. They can't get to go. And it is so sad, and the one who got electrocuted in Nevis.
Was there an electrocution?
Yeah, in Nevis, you don't know that?
I didn't hear about it.
In Rollins. I think they said the one who showed up with him was also electrocuted some time ago.
Wow.
I didn't get the name, but I know Rollins
Sad to
village
hear,
where my
sad to
grandfather
hear.
came from, the Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
So on the radio, I think it was Saturday. Jamsta could tell you. So the country is in perpetual grieving,
The young doctor, that really touched me because I know her family and, that's really, really hit me hard.
Yeah. Was she knocked down or what?
Yes, she was hit by a vehicle.
I tell you. All of you there, y'all, listen to Greg mine. Not the day, not the hour, so get your heart right and ready. Now to the Calypsonian thing, I tell you, I had an idea the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Jamsta could talk about it. This gentleman, Christian, I think it's Christian Nathaniel, his name is, right?
Yes.
He made it to the final. I said, well, that's his confusion.
How so?
Because he was even saying he was once threatened with a gun to his head. For his homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
And he sang a song which is quite aggressive, I said, I'm sorry for him and knowing kitchens. It's not going to be easy for him and the night of the final show. What do you think about that?
I've known people like him forever in St. Kitts. And we learn to grow with them,
make it to the finals.
Accept them without any serious objection to them
talking
being
about
here.
making it to the finals.
He made it. I was there. He sang. He competed.
Not him, He said you have known others. So I'm asking you.
No, people in
the
general
others
public.
that you knew.
I don't expect any negative attitudes towards him because of his song.
But he feel it. I mean, as a concerned, he's being threatened. And our tolerance level for that kind of lifestyle is very low.
Yeah, but we don't physically attack anybody. We go up with them.
Words hurt more than thing, Words hurt more than physical.
We go up with them,
action.
Sister Henry. Every single day, we know people who are prominent in society who will not accept. The late Oswald example.
Saying, so when I heard about this thing, I said maybe they want to make sure, that they protect him during the show from other Calypsonians and from the crowd itself. That is what I felt,
That's what you gathered. I saw his performance at the Sugar Apple, and there was nothing threatening. Nobody had any issue with him. He sang his song. He spoke about what he experiences. But I don't see us as a people taking a position against him or booing him on stage or blah, blah, blah. I don't see that happening.
Oh, well, for his sake, I am glad.
I don't see that happening. We are more
that
much
has
sure
been
than
on my
that.
mind, when I heard him, I heard some of the words you were using. That him enjoyed something in his own damn country.
There are people, Sister Henry, who would make their remarks. There are people who see him and not see him. I've known him since a child, growing up like that. I've known him.
He was always that way?
Pardon? Yes. Very talented, very in your face, etc. So I don't see, we're actually out of time at the moment. I don't see at this point in time people get a position to go attack him. Second?
Well, we wait and see. But is there going to be a withdrawal of the request from the directors?
No one signed it. You're talking about the addendum?
So if no one signed, then what?
No, the show must go on. They rejected the terms and the conditions.
He said the show will go on?
Of course. The Carnival Committee can't cancel the show.
Putting out that notice or letter. What is the purpose?
The response by Monarch?
Not him. I
Okay.
am saying, if you say this is the criteria.
It's not the criteria. It's an addendum that added to the contract to say that it should
become part of the contract?
Yeah, but they didn't sign it. In other words, if they have to create a new one, they have to take this out of the clauses. They have to remove it because they're not performing under these conditions.
Because people are still wondering, will it go on?
Sure,
and if it goes on...
You must have a show. The government cannot take a position that Calypsonians have to sign this, or if not, they'll cancel the show. They can't. They're not that strong right now. You cannot cancel Carnival. You cannot cancel Calypso.
No, but they could cancel the show if there is overall rejection of the thing by the Calypsonians.
Yeah, but here's what.
It may not be to their
The
best
lyrics
interest.
of all these songs have been known since elimination through semifinals. Nothing new. So
Well,
there's
look, they take
nothing.
out, what do you want? What can your name?
Big Lice.
Not him. Round and round the Chin Chin Bar.
Oh,
It's a
Godfrey.
very good song, you know.
Godfrey, yeah.
For customer service, Godfrey.
That is true.
Godfrey does sing some very good songs. Sometimes it surprised me that he don't get in.
Yep. That happens too.
Anyway, wish you all the best. I love Calypso.
Thank you so very much.
Wait, by the way, you didn't get the last hammer the time when you went to go sing?
The what?
When they had hammers up on the stage plugging. I think Lord Pat was singing. It was you?
No. It was Pat.
Yeah, Pat was singing.
Rebuild with the
And
hammers
when-
and such and such.
Yeah, and they were hammering down on.
Yeah,
and
they
the
throw me out
captain
before
and
that.
It was you?
They throw me out before that.
You want to say who it was?
They throw me out of
Was
the
from
competition
Canary?
before that.
Eh?
They throw me out of the competition before that, so I was.
Throw you out.
You know what I mean? Well, that's
So
what it
you
is. It's
stayed
been
out.
controversial.
You had enough throw out.
Yeah, but, I just say, okay,
Well, at least why you're doing something better.
on the
You are
30th,
equipping the youth, right?
on the 30th, we have the 70s Calypso show. You have Sweeney,
yes.
King Pharaoh, Mark the First,
You know-
Singer Jackie, etc. And I'm going to sing that song banjo solo. There's a line that says, they kick me outside, but I pay and come back. So
Or you come to the window,
they kick me outside, and I paid and come back.
or you pay to come back, or you being paid to come back.
I'm still here.
Well, that is similar to what they had in Nevis, put on by Van Radio. For
Yeah.
Culturama.
And by the way, this and that is part of this lineup, right? We're
He's
still
my
waiting to
favorite.
get confirmation
He and,
from Miko.
Yes, Miko.
We're waiting to
Those are
get
my
confirmation
two,
from
those are
Miko.
my two favorite Nevis Calypsonians.
They have been approached. They have a confirmation from this and that. We're waiting to get a confirmation from Miko. So they're not left out because it's the songs from the 70s and 80s. They're a major part of it.
And let me say congratulations to my villager, Dr. Sweeney.
He'll be down
Yes,
to take part
so
on the show.
Village again.
There you go.
Lord, we used to back him against Elimax. Because, historically, village people and Newton people were adversaries.
Definitely.
You know that, right?
Well, he'll be down. He'll be down, and he's taking part in that particular show.
I appreciate what he's doing.
Yeah. You have to give
know,
thanks
that
to
is
the
what we
Lions
do.
Club though, because they're the ones who put it together.
Yes. And he was 73, yeah? Because I heard Monarch said 73 he started. And Jackie
73.
started 74.
She started 74.
Yeah,
So
Jack,
Monarch would have like 51 years.
So Monarch would have been one when he started, you see? That's why I call it vision, And I'm glad you're following the vision because you're bringing on some people, this young lady in Nevis, she in again?
Well, the band gave a bad deal on stage, so she's out. But I have a next, a lady Carence. She's also in there doing justice on behalf of Legends.
She's in the finals?
She's in the finals.
All right, then. So God bless you.
Thank you so very much.
And
Appreciate
bless
that.
the nation, and we are praying for the people who are grieving.
Definitely.
All right, then. Take care.
Definitely. Thank you, Sister Henry, for that contribution. Jamsta will let me know if you're ready for news time. If not, take me out with a Calypso. Drop me Calypso. Drop me one of the big lights of one of those guys here. The system is down at the moment. Okay, we are just filling in time. It's past the midday newscast, but we have a system malfunction. We are sorting it out. In the meantime, the lines are open. Anybody want to call and engage in this particular topic or anything you want to raise? Carl Brown, where are you? I want to say once again that this show is dedicated to Beulah. If you're talking Calypso, you're talking Beulah. Okay? Rosemary, I hope you got your shout out from Sister Henry. Okay? And yeah, so we've had the addendum read to you live on Win FM, and we've had the response from the director of Carnival, who emphatically stated, if I can go back to it in the meantime, that there's been, okay, Rosemary saying, let me see what she says. You are the best. I'm still minded. Please say hi to Sister Henry. I appreciate her. Killer on the Road, a classic. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm trying to find the response to the reaction from the public. And this was about the addendum that the Calypsonians were asked to sign. Okay. Let me get a contribution from Dr. Sweeney. And he's correcting us. He said the youth show actually started in 1973 with Cut, Starshield, Ranger, etc. Jackie came in 1974. I'm glad to see that the NCC has backed away from trying to censor Calypso. I'll read that again. This comes from Dr. Sweeney. A correction on the perception that they all started in 1974. He's saying the youth show actually started in 1973 with Cut, Starshield, Ranger, etc. Jackie came in 1974. He continues, I'm glad to see that the NCC has backed away from trying to censor Calypso. And one of the songs that King Sweeney was famous for singing was the song, Sing Your Calypso. This song, they truly people want to know. So, somebody days on pass, you can't come first, you can't come last. Those were the days when the Carnival City was packed. As Sister Henry just said, you had the villagers coming down to back King Sweeney. You had Newtown, the Breadfruit Tree crew, in the park to back King Elimat. Sandy Point, Starshield. That was before my time, you know. And people came out in fervor. I mean, you could cut the air. Monkey Liver Controller, Keon had, yeah, I mean, like, those were the days hard to bring back. And that is why I am grateful to Charmin Pemberton of the Lions for trying to bring back a semblance of the atmosphere that was created because of those songs on the show that is slated for the 30th of this month at Carnival City. Who on stage? The King Sweeney. Mark the First. You remember one of the big songs, Family? Great classic. King Pharaoh. Singing Jackie. King Fancy. This and That. Possibly Miko from Nevis. Who else? I forget anybody? The Monarch. I think I'm in it too. They give me do. And I'm told I'm going to sing Kill on the Road. And the guest performer doing about 9 songs. King Fancy's in. Give me the name of one of his songs. Yeah. Boat Riding. No. He's singing Wood for Sale. You don't remember that one? He's singing Wood for Sale and something about the youth. I don't remember the actual title, but he's doing maybe 3 songs, but at least I know 2. Mark the 1st will be doing 2 songs. We're still waiting to get the contribution from some Calypsonians. Cut, we're told, is on the cruise. Congratulations. When he returns, we'll have his sheets. Rehearsals began. Pardon? He'll be back in time to give us his sheets. We can, because time is of the essence. That's the whole issue. The horn section met on Saturday. Full band is in place this afternoon, but there are a number of songs to rehearse. And Short Shirt is doing about 9 songs. Don't forget, he's the guest and the main performer. We have Furkeed, the good on gun. Legends. We can represent. Yes, the Legends Band will be in the house. We have the Professor Goldwing Keynes. We have, I forget his calypso name. Junior Libert. What's his name again? I told you some weeks ago. King Dahomey. He'll be the MC, one of the presenters. He sang calypso. He won crown in, I think, one of the college campuses, King Dahomey. Yeah, man. He's well, rounded and talented, etc. So, yes, we have those situations as we await the presentation of the Win FM's midday newscast. We ask that you be with us. We'll get it sorted ASAP. So these are things that's happening. It's carnival time. They say time flies when you're having fun. Blink, and the whole thing gone. We had the Queen show ready. I'm not sure what night they're going to present the Haynes Smith show. But I know the park is going to be packed on the night of the 27th. That's this Friday coming. And we'll find out if things go well for Big Lice on that night. We'll see if the reigning monarch, if she retains or she's dethroned. We're looking at Kamal. There were some concerns expressed by Sister Henry a while ago about the perception that he's under attack, and he sang about violence directed at him because of his lifestyle. I can't say that's not happening, but I know generally here in St. Kitts Nevis, folks with those lifestyles are not targeted. You'll find they receive remarks from time to time, but generally, we do not target those folks. We've had prominent persons in our society known to have that particular lifestyle and that leaning, and they get the respect. You will have, as I said, the remarks, but it's not like every day in your face. People are allowed to live their lives. Civility maintains in St. Kitts Nevis. Some years ago, there was a national who made a petition to the Canadian government for asylum on the pretext that his life was endangered in St. Kitts. I took umbrage to that. I'm not sure if he was denied, but that was the pretext he used to attain asylum in Canada, is that because of his lifestyle, his life was in danger in St. Kitts. That wasn't true. That wasn't true. We've been to school with people with those similar lifestyle and leaning, and we learn to go with them because they're still with our people. So I may go out on a limb to say this, Sister Henry, I don't think that Kamal is under any physical threat. He speaks about what happens to people like him all the time. The remarks, the this and that. But you live your life large and you live in color. We live and let live here in St. Kitts Nevis. I'm happy to say that. Okay? Sometimes people take offense when certain things are pushed in their faces. And some people take the fish and you do you, I do me. Once you don't get confrontational with me, we're good. And that's how we live. So hopefully we're going to have a good showing amongst all the Calypsonians. We know how Kibi emotes on stage. She sings with that emotion and she draws you in. I always love her performance. There are people in Antigua who just love to see Kibi on stage. You understand? Her sister has proven that she's a top contender. Who else we have? We have Queen singing Jackie the veteran on stage for all these years. Who else we have? I have to inform you, I was very much surprised and impressed at the level of attention paid to Calypsonians in St. Kitts. I went to do a show some years ago, got back to my hotel, and the night auditor kept me up all night. He could tell me what year Francis sing the song, what star she'll sing, and I got interested. Because there was a time that during Antigua's summer festival, just about everybody in St. Kitts had the radio tuned to Antigua. We know all the songs. That is why when Short come here, we could sing along with the songs. And vice versa. They listen to our songs. It was across the region. Now, there's a little divide between the windwards and the leewards. But when Antigua Carnival was on, we knew about La Tumba and all the songs. And the rivalry between Short and Swallow, and when Abstinent came in, that was the language we spoke. Now today, we have the internet, we have all the different genres, Facebook and this and the Calypso is not as important and as in your face as before. But they stay tuned. They stay tuned, right? And so one has to appreciate the Calypso, the history of it. I'm a little offended when you find, coming up to October thereabouts, the junior Calypsonians are giving some attention to try to get them prepared for December showing. I'm thinking it needs to be an ongoing process. You need to have an inter-school Calypso competition. You need to present the education behind Calypso throughout the year. So that at the end of the year, during the carnival season, you have a virtual school, the champion of 2024 representing. And then maybe next year is St. Paul's High School, primary school, have the trophy. But it must be there. But the education about Calypso, what it means to people, is not there. We pick up this and that along the way, and we hear that Calypso came from Trinidad. Calypso was reborn in Trinidad. Calypso was, I would say, we were born, right, but re-emerged in Trinidad. You know, it came from West Africa. Part of the African culture that survived the Middle Passage. Like the playing of the drums, they were banned, they were suppressed. But we found creative means. That's how the double entendre came into play. To be able to spin a ball and say what you have to say in the face of your oppressors. You were able to send that message across the plantation. It was our Morse code. Calypso, to a very large extent, was our Morse code. And so, post-emancipation, you know, we still didn't have poetic license. Okay, let's take a call in the meantime. Good day, caller, you're live on Voices.
Yes. Socrates?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm trying to say something else.
Go ahead.
Number one. The gentleman who is described as a homosexual. Or who
I
is a
did
homosexual.
I did not
did.
describe anyone as being such.
No, I did not say you did. I said the gentleman who is described as such.
Okay.
Yes, I did not say you did.
All right.
Because many people are describing him as such. And that is the vibes he gave off.
Okay.
Now, the gentleman who is described as such, okay? And singing a song, at least one song that encourage homosexuality and qualifying on that song, at least on that song, shows us how degenerate our society has gotten. Shows us that the degeneracy of our society is just getting worse and worse and worse. Where somebody who gives off such homosexual vibes, be he that or not, I don't know. But that's the vibes he gave off. And who sang a song encouraging such homosexuality and making a place it only shows that, like I say, our society is going more and more down the drain of degeneracy. And I would not be surprised if he win. And you know why I would not be surprised if he win? Because right now, on the radios and so on, there are programs and things that are being said to influence the people of St. Kitts and Nevis to accept homosexuality. And I look at this as just another contribution to get us to accept homosexuality. And so I wouldn't even be surprised if we win. I wouldn't. You see, homosexuality is an abomination. Man going with man, woman going with woman is an abomination according to the Bible. And not only it is an abomination, but the Bible also tells us it is a capital crime where the Bible is concerned. You catch a man sexing another man or a woman, engaging in sex with another woman. That's a capital crime according to the Bible. Read Romans chapter 1 and so on. Now, secondly, I would like to say this, which I forgot to say. In my first call, I said, in the end, sooner or later, when government had to increase its taxes and fees,
Okay, Gregory.
back the money.
Gregory.
Hello?
We were waiting for the presentation of the media newscast. We have some difficulties, so we are ready for that now. So I don't mind you coming back afterwards, but I tend to agree with you on the first topic you mentioned, but we have to break now for the presentation. So thank you for understanding. Jamsta, take it away.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Carib Brewery.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, Now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip, with Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved
loan product powered by National Bank.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With the Win FM headline news, I am Yulana Weeks. Locally, traffic restrictions for Glow Parade. Minister of Parliament Sean Richards says the budget presentation appears to be a recital. Electrician dies after being electrocuted. The details and more straight ahead. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force wishes to notify the general public about traffic restrictions and important guidelines for the Glow Parade scheduled for today, December 23, starting with a pre-party at 6 p.m. and parade movement at 7 p.m. Road closures and parking restrictions. 1. 4th Street. Parking will be prohibited on both sides of 4th Street to allow the smooth passage of floats and bands. 2. Bird Rock. The road will be blocked at 1 as one stop to direct traffic flow through Suncrest, providing access to the southeast side of Bird Rock by Bird Rock Beach Hotel. 3. Barry Cranston Roundabout. That's the customs area. The road will be blocked near the roundabout on the southern side of Barry Cranston's business to facilitate parade setup and prevent thorough traffic along Bird Rock Road. 4. Church Street and West Independence Square Street. These roads will be blocked at their intersections with Keon Street to redirect traffic as the parade procession passes the 4th Street and Keon Street junction. 5. Victoria Road. The top of Victoria Road will be closed as the parade approaches the top of 4th Street to prevent traffic from flowing from north to south. The parade is expected to arrive at Warner Park by 11 p.m. An after party will follow and is scheduled to conclude by 2 a.m. The police urge all motorists and pedestrians to comply with these traffic restrictions to ensure the safety and success of the event. Officers will be stationed at key points to provide guidance and maintain order. Sean Richards, Member of Parliament for Constituency Number 5, rose on Day 4 to contribute to the fiscal year 2025 budget debate. Richards declared that the budget presentation delivered by the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Dr. Terence Drew, on December 16 appeared to be a recital. The opposition MP slammed Dr. Drew for his constant repetition of specific issues. He said people are growing tired of the repetition and would rather hear more about what would be of benefit to them.
Madam Speaker, as I listened in particular on Monday, I said to myself, that this appears to be some sort of recital. I said that it appears to be some sort of recital because there are some things that you heard being mentioned quite a bit and other things of substance of importance to the people you heard very little about. And why do I say there was the usual recitation? Development Bank, throughout the presentation, several times you heard about Development Bank. And the truth is that persons out there saying they're tired of hearing Development Bank, Development Bank, Development Bank. Just about every presentation coming from the member for number 8, Development Bank. Social Security, Social Security, Social Security, Social Security. Peace program, peace program, peace program, peace program. The CBI, CBI, CBI. And the refrain continues, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker. While persons were listening to hear how this budget is going to positively impact them, those are the things that they were hearing over and over again throughout the presentation. And the fact is that persons out there are saying they are tired of hearing these things. Tired of hearing it, Madam Speaker. And I don't know if there's something, because when you look at it, it's more directed at the former Prime Minister, the member for number 7, rather than anyone else.
In Richard's view, too much emphasis had been placed on who did what and who didn't finish what, thereby giving a reminder that government is continuous and people expect that sitting governments would do better than the previous.
You also heard many excuses and much blame as to why we are where we currently are. Who is responsible for this? Who didn't spend properly? Who didn't maintain this? Who did this? But we had to finish it. And one also must accept that government is continuous. There are some things, Madam Speaker, that you will meet as a government that you have to build upon. As a matter of fact, when you campaign to persons, you campaign to do better, to bring a better society to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so persons want to know how you are going to deliver that better society. What are the things that you've put in place to ensure that at the end of the day, you deliver on the mandate which the persons gave to you to develop the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis?
Richards expressed that people want to hear about relief from inflationary pressures and the delivery of the housing revolution that was so widely spoken about. The opposition MP lamented that people in the public domain are turned off, and it is left up to whomever it may concern to listen to the people, take their advice, and make the necessary changes to improve their presentations. Messages of condolences are swarming social media for the family of Mr. Burley Walwyn, a well-known electrician from Nevis. Walwyn was electrocuted on Sunday morning, December 22, 2024, in Stony Grove, Nevis, where he was executing some electrical work. Emergency medical services were called to the scene, but were unsuccessful in their efforts to resuscitate him. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force said, quote, "Initial inquiries indicate that Mr. Walwyn was electrocuted while attempting to establish a temporary electrical connection to a live main Nevlex source," unquote. Premier of Nevis, Mark Brantley, also stricken with grief, said, quote, "I am heartbroken at this news. I pray that God will comfort his family in this difficult time," unquote. Parliamentary representative with responsibility for the Gingerland area, Eric Evelyn, said, quote, "It is a sad day for us in Gingerland, and by extension the island of Nevis, as we try to come to grips with the sad news of the untimely passing of Burley Walwyn. It is particularly difficult for me, as Burley was one who nominated me on more than one occasion when I contested both local and federal elections. He was also the chair of the St. George CCM constituency group. My heart goes out to his wife and children, his mom and siblings. Rest in peace, brother," unquote. A social media commenter said Walwyn was his electrician and regarded him as his brother and one of the island's best electricians. This incident is one of several tragedies that have rocked the Federation over the past few weeks.
Regionally, it's been some 7 weeks since the death of St. Peter's longtime MP, the Honorable Asset Michael. Now, the constituency's by-election is set for January 14, but there's yet no word from the main opposition, United Progressive Party, on who will run. Prime Minister, the Honorable Gaston Brown, calls it a missed opportunity.
Time to even have a primary, for that matter, to select a candidate.
True.
But evidently they're struggling. I don't think anybody, any sensible person, wants to run a UPP ticket at this time, because you're dealing with an organization that has imploded, that doesn't have any significant prospects of winning anything.
While the UPP seeks to settle on a candidate, the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party says its standard bearer is Senator Warden Turner. Senator Turner is no stranger to St. Peter voters, having contested the seat for the ABLP in the last general elections.
I think though Turner, as a replacement, is an excellent replacement. No one will doubt his capacity. As you know, he's an architect builder, and he has designed some of the most impressive properties in Ireland. One of them ended up in the Architectural Digest. So there's no issue in terms of capacity. He's also a well-known entity.
But the Prime Minister isn't gloating. Instead, he insists competition from the opposition is vital for good governance.
If you have a strong opposition and it is about you're competing on performance, you have to perform well, or failing which, you'll be deposed. Now, I have to tell you, with or without the strong performance, I'm driving my colleagues and myself to perform. So I'm not necessarily saying that we need them, but generally speaking, opposition parties perform, or government parties perform, better when they have strong oppositions.
The absence of a UPP candidate so far has raised eyebrows in some quarters, with the Prime Minister saying even UPP candidate in the last general election, Tevon Peter Harriet, has distanced himself from the party.
Peter Reds say he's finished with them, so even if they were to consider him, he's not interested. So Peter Reds is out.
Completely.
He's at war with them, or they're at war with him, or both.
And while the UPP determines its next step, Prime Minister Brown says the ABLP is already hitting the ground running. With the nomination date set for next Tuesday, all eyes are on the opposition UPP. It's unclear whether the Democratic National Alliance will field the candidate or whether an independent candidate will contest the poll. The nation waits with bated breath for nomination day. James J. O'Shea, ABS News.
In a wide-ranging telephone interview with Radio 100 Stanley Lucien and Vanetta Phillip, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre discussed pressing national issues while acknowledging challenges in healthcare, infrastructure, and public safety ahead of the holiday season. The Prime Minister emphasized the impact of global inflation on St. Lucia's economy and defended his administration's response through various social programs, including a 13% proposed pay hike for public servants.
People's inflation has hit us. That's a fact. All over the world, prices have gone up. We cannot say no. But the prices have gone up, but basically because not beyond our control. And beyond our control. We've tried some means to cushion the impact of inflation, but we need to do more. And people's purchasing power has been eroded. Now, we've also done some softer measures, paying utility fees for children, paying CXC for 2 fees. That is basically helping people in the purchasing power. In terms of the tax threshold, increasing the tax threshold, but people's purchasing power has been eroded, and the civil servants are an important cog in the apparatus of government, and they have to be able to sustain a decent quality of life, and then we think that they deserve that increase. They deserve that increase.
When pressed about the nation's deteriorating road infrastructure, Pierre revealed plans for extensive rehabilitation while citing financial constraints. He noted that a complete overhaul of the national road network would require billions of dollars.
It would take literally $1 billion to repair St. Lucia's roads, all of them. That's a fact.
Yeah.
The country's road network has never been substantially rehabilitated. We did the East Coast Road, our government. We did the East Coast Road, the criticisms about that. And then that was the East Coast Road going into Vieux-Fort. Then, the East Coast Road the West Coast Road going into Vieux-Fort. Then we continue the West Coast Road now. But the road network has not been substantially rehabilitated. That is a fact. And having said so, we must understand that we can't do all in 1 year. To fix the roads, you need to incur debts. We had the infrastructure option as far as the CIP is concerned, and that's for another show. We are in a time of goodwill now, so we're not speaking about that. That infrastructure project was one of the ways that we could get the roads there in a sustainable manner without incurring much debt.
Addressing rising crime rates, the Prime Minister announced plans to enhance police training and community engagement while highlighting recent recruitment efforts.
Well, we just passed out 78 new recruits. 78. The first time we had training for police since 2019. We've just passed out personal parade for 78 of them. We are taking another 78. So the commissioner tells me that you're going to see a bigger presence very, very, very soon, because these 78, some of them are going to be out on the road to serve the public. But so we hope to see some changes there as soon as.
The Prime Minister cited the implementation of a minimum livable wage as his administration's highlight for 2024, while acknowledging Olympic champion Julian Alfred's achievements as the nation's crowning moment of the year. Joachim de Plessis, HDS News Force.
Internationally.
To Germany now, in the aftermath of Friday's car attack at a Christmas market in Magdeburg, where 5 people were killed and many more injured. Well, the country's interior minister has promised to leave no stone unturned in the investigation into what happened. Well, let's speak to our correspondent Bethany Bell, who is there in Magdeburg for us. Bethany, there are so many questions now on what the authorities were told and what they knew about the Saudi suspect.
Yes, the head of Germany's Federal Criminal Police office yesterday said on German television that they had received a warning from the Saudi authorities about the suspect about a year ago. He said the police initiated an investigation, but the threat was deemed to be too unspecific. There are questions as well we're seeing in the local German media. There were other complaints about this man. There were warnings. He was not an unknown quantity, in the words of one official. He was known to have been an activist. He was very active on social media. But, many questions as to whether more could have been done to alert the authorities about the danger of this. Now, also, there are questions about what happened here in this market. What about the security concept here? How was it possible for this car to get in? Most of the market where I am now was surrounded by a concrete perimeter, concrete blocks, but the car seems to have entered through a route that was meant for emergency vehicles. There's a lot of discussion here about why it wasn't possible to put a barrier across that route and just lift it for emergency vehicles. One man came up to me and said, I'm from Magdeburg, but it's clear something went very badly wrong.
And Bethany, what about wider security now at the Christmas markets? Obviously, this is a holiday period. It's a time when families want to be able to celebrate. But what is going on that front?
Well, the market here is now closed. People have been able to come to their stalls this morning and clear away the food, clear away, dismantle what they had. Security has been increased at Christmas markets around the country. And as I said before, there are a lot of questions about what more could have been done to protect this place. It's known that there have been attacks in markets in Germany in recent years, including 8 years ago, an attack on a Christmas market in Berlin. But as people here are saying, much more should have been done here. It shouldn't have been possible for this car to drive through in the way it did.
Bethany Bell in Magdeburg, thank you.
Panama's leader clapping back at Donald Trump. Over the weekend, the US president-elect called on the Central American country to lower fees on the Panama Canal or hand it back over to US control. It's a threat that Panama's president has denounced.
Every square metre of the Panama Canal and its surroundings belongs to Panama and will continue to belong to Panama. The sovereignty and independence of our country are non-negotiable.
Cutting through Panama, the canal provides the main link between the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. It was constructed during the early 1900s and was under US control until 1977, before being ceded to Panama in 1999. Panama's president has insisted that his country has sole control over the area.
The canal has no direct or indirect control from China, the European Union, the US, or any other world power.
As many as 14,000 vessels cross the canal every year, including ships transporting natural gas and military vessels. The remarks from Trump signal an anticipated change in US diplomacy under his incoming administration.
That was the WinFM Headline News. The Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Caribou.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Why wait for Santa when there's National? This Christmas, St. Kitts Nevis and Willow National Bank has just the right loan solution for you. Get up to $100,000 unsecured for all your holiday shopping needs. New furniture or Carnival expenses with low interest rates, quick approval, and flexible terms. And that's not all. You can drive into the holidays with National. Whether you're buying a new or pre-owned vehicle, National has a loan for you. Get up to $160,000 with low rates, special discounts, and little to no input. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with National Bank. Apply online at www.sknanb.com. Terms and conditions apply.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoy the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
St. Kitts and Nevis, are you ready for the biggest auto sales event of the year? It's the Hustlers Automotive No Time Like Now sales event, and we're pulling out all the stops. Buy now and drive away with up to $17,000 off selected models. That's right, $17,000 off. Finance with us and enjoy zero down payment, the lowest interest rates ever, a free bill of sale, and reduced interest rate.
But wait, there's more. All customers get your choice of free gas or free groceries, plus free registration, accessories, tinting, licensing, and free servicing for 1 year.
Mark your calendars for that days, December 13th and 21st. Don't miss your chance to grab these incredible deals and make this holiday season one to remember. Hustlers Automotive, your road to savings starts here.
Hurry to Hustlers Automotive, where there's no time like now to get behind the wheel of your dream car.
Terms and conditions apply.
Saying good afternoon and welcome back to our listeners and viewers for the second half of today's presentation of Voices. The clock on the wall says it's 12:51. We do apologize for the late presentation of the Win FM's midday newscast, but the band plays on. And to our viewers and listeners, welcome back. Okay, here's what I want to start this segment with an apology. An apology to, let me get the exact information because I want to get this right. It's to the proprietors, where is it now? Of JP's Garden Restaurant and Bar located at New Road, St. Peter's. And they boast the best saltfish in the entire world among other local cuisine. Now, the thing is, they honor me every year on my birthday, along with Mr. Victor Williams. We share the same date. We celebrate the same date for birthday. I think it may be on the 21st, but we do go there, and they honor me by offering me a meal, a cuisine, and I want to thank them so very much for that. Unfortunately, and it's normally a Saturday, unfortunately, yesterday being Sunday, I could not go and receive it, so my apologies. But I want to thank you so very much. Joyce, Carl, big up yourself. You will appreciate it. And I know Victor, I don't know if Victor showed up, but I didn't get a chance. Hopefully next Saturday, I'm going to come. You say you have the best saltfish in the world. Socrates love his saltfish. I will be there. So for Carl and Joyce, JP's establishment, Restaurant Garden Bar located in New Road, I will be there next Saturday. Thank you so very much for that. Okay? Nice. Now, I want to read something that was just brought to my attention. I'm not sure if it was presented during the media newscast, but it seems as if we've had a serial killer in our midst. This is a police release, released by the police, so I want to read this for our public, our listeners, and those who were asking what is the police doing about certain cases before them. It reads, Jesus Valdez charged for Newton Ground double murder. Jesus Valdez of St. John's, Newtown, St. Kitts, has received 2 additional charges for the murders of 30-year-old Devon Paris and 9-year-old Jamani Smithin, both of Craddock Road, Nevis. The criminal acts were committed on August 1st, 2024 in Newton Ground, St. Kitts. Mr. Valdez was previously charged on December 12th, 2024 for the shooting death of 18-year-old Crisbel Rivera of Carty Alley, Newtown. That was committed on April 17th, 2024. I want to read it again. Mr. Valdez was previously charged on December 12th, 2024 for the shooting death of 18-year-old Chrisbel Rivera of Carty Alley, Newtown, St. Kitts. This was committed on April 17th, 2024 at St. John Street, Newtown. The additional murder charges were laid against Mr. Valdez on December 23rd, 2024 at the Bastille Police Headquarters. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is deeply grateful to the general public for their cooperation and assistance in the resolution of these matters. So many people. And there were songs written about the murder of the 9-year-old. And people were questioning who had the heart, because this 9-year-old was taken out execution style. Now we have, and this is worth reading again, because lots of folks may have missed it, may not have heard it, but it needs to sink home. Look at the name of the person. And the times we wonder, how could somebody from St. Kitts and Nevis have the heart to do that to a 9-year-old? I'm going to read it again. Jesus Valdez, charged for Newton Ground double murder. Jesus Valdez of St. John Street, Newtown, St. Kitts, has received two additional charges for the murder of 30-year-old Devon Paris and 9-year-old Jamani Smithen, both of Craddock Road, Nevis. The criminal acts were committed on August 1st, 2024 at Newton Ground, St. Kitts. Mr. Valdez was previously charged on December 12, 2024 for the shooting death of 18-year-old Chrisbel Rivera of Carty Alley, Newtown, St. Kitts. That was committed on April 17, 2024 at St. John Street, Newtown. The additional murder charges were laid against Mr. Valdez on December 23rd. That's today, 2024, at the Bastille Police Headquarters. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is deeply grateful to the general public for the cooperation and assistance in the resolution of these matters. Charged, not found guilty as yet. He may be proven innocent. But these are the issues that bring to mind the death penalty and the need to reinstate it. I'm told that Antigua just recently signed on as one of the territories that no longer will uphold these things. And you wonder, because we know when this policy was in place, where you knew you would face the gallows once found guilty of willful murder, premeditated, you would run your appeal process, you face the gallows. I keep saying from time to time, because this happened to me. A young man said to me, Socrates, if this was St. Thomas, I would shoot you. And I said, well, do it here, you're in St. Kitts. He knew in St. Thomas he could do that and get away with it. In St. Kitts, Nevis, he knew he was facing the death penalty. So people are aware of what laws they can infringe and get away with. So we have this situation where this person has been charged now with the death of two persons, one a 9-year-old, an incident that shocked the entire federation. I know released two songs, two calypsos, that really, and we have junior calypsonians who would have taken, let's go to the phone lines. Go to caller 11 voices.
Socrates?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome back.
Yeah. First of all, let me ask a question. The young man who threatened you, when that was? In the 80s, 90s?
I was in the 90s.
20s?
80s, yeah.
In the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Secondly, let me say this, and I should have said it before. We have to remember, when we are unbiblically forcing government and pressuring government, squeezing government to do things that it ought not to be doing, biblically speaking, taking on a lot of these duties to provide this for us, to provide that for us, to provide all sort of stuff for us, to own this, to own that, and so on, which goes against its God-given biblical duties. We have to remember we are forcing government in a position where it has to be taking on continually extra and extra expenses. And therefore, like I said in my previous call, the government have to find the money because these things are not free. And in the end, the government going sooner or later have to increase the taxes and fees upon us to recover the money to pay for these things that we are unbiblically pressuring the government to do, provide, give, and that sort of stuff. Now, when the government, but in the meantime, in the short run, when the government go to get these loans in the short run to cover the cost of these things, which we ultimately have to pay for in the end, when the government got to get these loans, the government are forced and pressured to sign all sorts of agreements.
Conventions. You're right. You're so right.
Yeah, agreements to legalize homosexuality marriage in your federation.
That is correct.
Agreements to done away with the capital punishment thing.
Correct.
Agreement for all sort of stuff that are destructive to us and ruinous to us, all because we are pressuring government to unbiblically do things that are not in its God-given duties to do, and therefore taking all kind of expenses and now have to, in the short run go to people for loans. Like I said, we have to sign all kind of stuff.
Conditions.
The conditions that are very, very destructive and bad for us. No. Also, let me say this. When government have to tax you and increase the fees on you, be it sooner or later, to recover the money, to pay for all of the expenses, the loans and the interest on the loans that they have to pay for, in order to meet the demands in order to meet the unbiblical demands of the Bible. When they increase these loans, when they increase the taxes and fees, sooner or later, the economy, like I said, will take a downturn, and life will get harder. Businesses will close more. The cost of living will go up. The standard of living will go down. Life will get a lot harder for us, especially for the poor. Now, when that happens, what I should have also said is that in such an economy, hard economy with a downturn due to increased government taxes and fees, people die quicker. The lifespan decreases. And so people die faster as a result. So an economy that is doing bad and going through hard times and have a downturn is not a benign thing. It's not something that is harmless. It is something that kills people quicker because you now have life harder. You now have it harder to eat because things are more expensive and getting more expensive. You now have it harder to pay your doctor bills, to pay your bills, to buy medicines, and so on. And as a result, people die quicker when the harder an economy does. And it's all because we are disobedient to the Bible, why we end up with economies that have downturns and getting harder and harder, and therefore killing people quicker and quicker. So our economy in a hardship condition is not something to play with or laugh about. It kills people quicker. Also, I would like to say that you spoke about how people could have a heart to kill a 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And that is bad, yes. That is very, very terrible. Very terrible. But what is even worse than that are people murdering the unborn in the womb. That is far worse. Because at least the 9-year-old saw the sun. Those in the womb had not even gotten the chance to see the sun. Yes, all of them are terrible, but killing the unborn in the womb is far worse, and murdering it in the name of abortion is far worse. You know, and it is what the Bible refers to as shedding innocent blood. I mean, you shed innocent blood when you kill innocent people who are already born. But everybody who were murdered in the womb, all of them were innocent blood, and the innocent blood defiles the land and bring God's anger on us and judgment on
Hear
us.
my question. And you're absolutely correct in terms of what the Bible represents in terms of what, But couldn't you have just let it, or your comment, deal with the murder of the 9-year-old without putting a butt behind that?
Yes, I could. But
That's what comes in, because we
picture.
know that. We're not saying one is more important or less than the other. But we're dealing about this unprecedented situation where we hear about killing the mother, a 9-year-old taken out execution style. We could deal with this without going to, but the Bible says about abortion. We accept that.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I could, but it's very hypocritical of us to feel somewhere for the 9-year-old, which we are to, but not to feel anywhere for the unborn, which is even a worse crime, where the Bible is concerned.
Okay, I got your point, but I just want to emphasize because it was a shock to the nation. It never happened before, not in such a manner, and people were really concerned. Who could this person be? I am so happy that I know he's not from guilty, but he's charged. Enough evidence is being presented by the police that could charge this person.
Yes, and they are to be concerned, but we are to know that we are doing worse than that and accepting the worst. It's like what Jesus Christ said. You gag at a mat, but you swallow a camel. You know, you gag at the smaller things, but the bigger things you swallow in whole and easy. And so that is hypocrisy. That's why Bible shows you we must hold things in the biblical perspective.
Okay.
So yes, and lastly, I'd like to say, when we don't obey the Bible, all of these things bring. When we don't obey the Bible, we become plagued with crime problems and a lot of other evils and wickedness that destroys us as a people and as a nation. Only the Bible has all the answers. Only the Bible has all the solutions to all that we face in life. So all of what we're going through, all the negatives that we're going through now, all the destructive things we're going through now are all the result of us disobeying the Bible. And we need to biblically repent of our disobedience to the word in order for Christ to heal our situation, to heal the land, so we could be basking and enjoying fully his spiritual blessings and physical blessings as well. Okay, Socrates, thank you.
Know that we do value your contribution to the program. Have yourself a most wonderful. I don't know how you celebrate the Christmas. You must, as somebody see you in Christmas school together.
To the fullest.
To the fullest.
I love Christmas and I love Easter.
So are you gonna have a special Christmas breakfast? Ham and what are you gonna have? Ham and what are you having?
Yeah, but I'm hoping to.
Okay.
I'm hoping to.
We enjoy a most wonderful one with you and the family. Huh?
I'm a big lover of Easter and Christmas.
And Christmas. So you put on a few pounds?
Well, I don't think so. Remember, inflation going up and things getting harder and harder.
No double. No double.
Things getting harder and harder.
Okay, Gregory. Enjoy.
I just said things not go well.
Things not go well. Enjoy a wonderful one, okay?
Same to you. God bless you, sir.
Okay. And yes, the band plays on. We got about, 9 minutes past 1 o'clock. We'll take a break shortly, and then we'll come back and, So, yes, the big thing about the double and all that, but that news item, I just had to address it. Really, I won't say happy, but relieved that we can put a face to what, in my mind, is one of the most heinous crime in our federation. We go back to the phone lines. Go to caller, you're live on Voices. Go to caller, you're live on Voices.
What, in my mind, is one of the most heinous crime in our federation? We go back to the phone lines. Go to caller, you're live on Voices.
Hello there.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon, Sister Henry. Go ahead.
No, last night I was talking to Edinburgh, my good friend Edinburgh,
Mm-hmm.
He was representing the PM. Now, I inquired about this $250. And I was surprised at the response. He said, first, you'll have to register. So all those who want to get will have to register.
There's no registration process?
Yes, they're going to have to go register. I said, if you have all of these workers in the government service...
They're in the system already?
Yeah.
They're know.
They're in STEP, they're in the civil service.
Based on the payroll?
You know who they are.
Yes.
But you have to go and register. And so he said, I think they said they're going to start the registration in January. Now he's saying that what you would get is 6 months of 250, which is 1,500. I said to myself, most people had accepted that they could not give
the double.
Based on what they said our financial situation was. So why go that route? Why not just give it to the people who need it?
Maybe it's not in the coffers at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe there's nothing in the coffers at the moment.
We can't accept that things are so bad.
Wow.
Things are so bad. And you're going to be giving away $1,500 to each person. Have they calculated how many person that will be? Because not many people getting 5,000.
No. There's an under.
So he said all those who want to they have to register. I said, why register? Why go to that? I said, you know that many of the older people are not quite computer literate.
Okay, here's what. There is the official position or the statement made by the Prime Minister during the budget address. You're now saying that Edinburgh told you that this will be the procedure?
Last night. Because I asked him, because the Prime Minister did not say how it would be given.
Right.
So I inquired. And he said, you'll have to register. And they'll give you, he said, what the Prime Minister wants, you want. What is given would be used in the local economy. So even your local, your small shop people, you get a QR code.
So that's a voucher?
Eh?
That's like a voucher system. They give you a voucher and tell you where to spend it.
On your phone, and you can take it to the small shops. So I said, well, he was complaining how when the government give you $1,000, they go out of the country. They go to China and America. I said, well, if the majority of the small shops are Chinese, they go in China anyway.
Wow. Wow.
So I say putting some people through unnecessary trouble. Because if you just start to register in January.
When do you get it?
Are you going to give back those who register later?
And this is information, if you're correct, if it's accurate, should be out in the public ahead of time.
Yeah, that's what I tell Edinburgh. People should have known because they could have started registering now.
January is next week?
January come.
That's next week?
Because even look, the Aspire, they expect about 8,000 children and young people, and they only have 3,000 something by now. You see what we're talking about?
Okay.
We don't have 4,000 registered yet.
Okay.
And what is the reason for the shortfall in the numbers? So you could do, Jamsta could do some more inquiring as to get more clarification. You could ask Edinburgh, ask whoever responsible, but he did say.
Well, we have a journalist on the board at the moment, Sharon, so she probably want to follow up on that, but we do have to take a break at the moment. But that's disturbing news as far as I'm concerned, for those who expect it. Okay, we will have lost a caller. We do pause for a few words from the sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Ready to bring fresh color and style into your home?
It's the Color and Style Savings Event at Hosford Building and Nevis Centers. Right now, get 25% off all paints and tiles store-wide. Transform any room with vibrant paints or refresh your floors with stunning tiles. And with 25% off, there's no better time to give your space that beautiful upgrade. So head to Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers and make your dream look a reality with 25% off all paints and tiles for a limited time only. Hurry in and paint, tile, and save today at Hosford's. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Now, based on the last conversation for the last caller, Fergie would have said we can substantiate that. But this is an accounting of a conversation that Sister Henry said she had with Mr. Edinburgh about the monies that the PM said he's going to give the 250, and he was speaking about some terms that will be applied. As I spoke to the investigative journalist on the other end, Sharon, who claims she's not, but she wants to know if I have a number for Edinburgh. So now she wants to investigate and get Edinburgh's version firsthand. I totally understand that. But we will leave it to see how it unfolds. January is just around the corner. But I think that's more like a voucher system where they'll direct you where to go and spend. The point of people spending the money is, according to what Sister Henry reported, when they get their monies and the double salary, they want to go overseas and spend it elsewhere. But this program will encourage you to spend it with the local persons. She made a point. We have lots of Chinese here too, so you're still spending it with entities that may not be really, really local. But people are hurting, looking for relief. I was saying this morning that do we see our glasses as half full or half empty? For the remainder of the show, it's 80 minutes past. Anybody want to call in and let me know how they feel about their personal finances, the state of the country, the economy, etc. Is our glasses half full or half empty? We know there are people in this country who are drinking from the saucers because their cup is full and running over. But personally, as far as I'm concerned, my cup is half full. But this is half. And at times, you have to live little, take a little longer. And you have to laugh with certain situations. If not, you tend to jump off at the deep end. Right? We are people who have been through a lot. We are people who know about surviving natural disasters, social upheaval, and moving forward, etc. We are people who will survive. Do not become dependent on government ministers, programs for your survival. Do what you have to ensure that you and your family can not only survive, but really prosper. To a lot of young people out there, leaving school when they shouldn't have to before they secure a proper education. Many of you create your own poverty. I'm talking to a lot of young women, young men by extension. For you to decide to leave school and have child number one, you're 16, 17, 18, by 20 you have 2 and 3, you're actually handcuffing yourself. You don't have a formal education, but you're putting yourself in a position of dependency. And who am I to talk about it? I've seen it happen, where young mothers become beggars in order to properly, adequately provide for their children because the father is not there. And in order to feel grateful for the person who's not providing for you, you get the next child. You're creating your own poverty. and then blaming the government or other institutions for not assisting you. There's nothing better than staying in school and securing a proper education where you arm yourself with skill sets so you can better maneuver throughout this thing called life. It's hard. It's going to get harder. But do not put yourself in a situation where you create dependencies on government and government institution, and then you hold out for double salary, and you hold out and you don't get it, and you claim things are going well. We have to look at it that many ways, okay? I have not been judgmental, but I've been here long enough to realize that some people sometimes handcuff themselves too early in life. They can't travel. The job they have is not adequate to support them and their young children. They have to have a second job. Rent, because they don't have a house. Furniture. You go to these places to rent, to hire persons, etc., and you're on the treadmill. Take your time. Look at life. Your parents would have worked very hard for you in order that at this stage in life, you're better off than how they were when they first, brought you in this world. Take your time. Get skill sets. Go back to school. Better arm yourself to negotiate this thing called life. 2025 is coming on. Right? And if you're here the year after that, you must be better off 5 years from now than you're here today. But you're not going to get there by being dependent or holding out your hand for a handout from the government. Do what you can to better your situation. Okay? 21 minutes past, and the lines are open. You want to call and talk to me? I'm on my soapbox today. 662-0989. Bag of sugar, how are you doing? I have to call it from time to time. Right? Mr. Valentine Moniz, thank you for the shout-out. You didn't get in on the thing yesterday, but of course, you're very well intended. I've known you as a friend of the Legends Band, the Calypsonians, me personally over the many years. So thank you for the shout-out today. Don't feel too bad because Sharon didn't send me anything. Jamsta didn't send me anything at all. Up to today, they can sing happy birthday to you, which was yesterday. Yeah. And they're trying to get me to into this thing how Sparrows say only after 68 is over you can enjoy 69. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Eh? Yeah, what you say? Talk to me. What you say? You love that number? So you have to wait until you get there to be able to enjoy it? You're practicing. I wish we had a song to play. Age is just a number, right? Only a state of mind. According to Sparrow, only after 68 is over, you can then enjoy 69. I'm happy to be here. I won't say boastful, I'm grateful and humble that I've clocked 69. I'm looking forward to my 70. It's not owed to me, but graciously, I hope to get there. Okay, so Mr. Valmoniz, thank you for the sentiments expressed. I want to wish you and your family the best of the rest of 2024 and a most prosperous and healthy 2025 and beyond. Okay? To our fan base, the WinFM fan base, I think I'll be here before the year closes. I want to thank you for your support over the many years. I want to thank you for keeping the faith when we have issues in terms of transmitters. There was those who asked when we'll be up and running again. We are trying our very best to be able to serve you better in 2025. In the meantime, thank you for keeping the faith. Thanks to our callers. Sometimes they're few. Sometimes people complain, oh, you listen to this person all the time. These are faithful callers that we have to respect and thank them for being part of the WinFM family. Okay? We got 6 minutes to go. The lines are still open. I spoke about earlier, we were playing some of the songs that people think may have caused a knee-jerk reaction from the Carnival Committee, by extension the government. The addendum that was put to Calypsonians that they refused to sign. Do we have any of the songs? We have two. One from Big Lice, one from Karens. If you could get one of those songs to take us out. Things aren't going well. At least we'll have an idea of the atmosphere that prevailed, because these are the songs that will, I believe, dominate and create a stir during next Friday night presentation. Not forgetting, on the 30th, we'll be having the 70s Calypso Kaiso Bacchanal, King Sweeney, King Pharaoh, King Fancy, Queen Singing Jackie, who's also celebrating on Thursday, I think, her 50 years in Calypso. It's Carnival time, Calypso dominates the airways, and we're happy to be able to be here to enjoy them. Right? So if you have any of those songs queued up, let's have it. Things aren't going well. You listen to Voices, 98.9 on your FM dial. You can also log on to Win FM Online. You can send your comments. Give us a call if you can. And let's hear what you have to say. Right? So Jamsta stepped out, and our investigative journalist is at the controls. And she kissed me, you know what I mean? So earlier we read the addendum that was given to some of the Calypsonians. I had a copy. And we also had the response from the chairman of Carnival, Mr. Clement Monaco Garro, who emphatically stated that there was no attempt to censor the Calypsonians. They believe in freedom of expressions. He also went on to say that come Friday night, you'll have a great show. And so we are much assured by that. He himself, also being a Calypsonian, soca artist, he'll be performing on the show with Jackie on Thursday night and then on the 30th. So, we're good. So for the folks out there who were talking about censorship, that matter has been resolved. I think it was a misstep on behalf of those who were trying to put in place whatever. It didn't work. I got calls from Anguilla and Antigua. Oh, it's the same thing they're trying to do in Anguilla. And Antigua sends the Calypsonians. Well, a gag order is only a gag order when the participants sign on to it and accept it. It didn't happen. They were conscious of the fact that their role as Calypsonians should not be curtailed or muzzled, etc. And I have a copy of the document unsigned, as it was for the other Calypsonians. For the public who was thinking, boycott the show, don't go up there, this and that they shouldn't have a show. There will be a show. There will be a Calypso competition, keenly contested, and you ought not to miss it. For those who will take the option to buy the show online and stay home, you're actually missing it. I don't have a problem with those living overseas who want to be engaged, as best as front seat as possible because you have it in your living room, but people need to go there. Is it for free or is it being... No, it's not. It's for free on YouTube and Facebook. Well, things are going well. I would say things are going well. Because even the gate fee is $40, $15 US. You know, I thought it was more. Unless I'm misinformed. But for it being free on Facebook and YouTube, things are going well. Because it has to be a cost for streaming. Has to be a cost. But there's nothing like being in a live audience, seeing the show, the reaction from Calypsonians and their fans, etc. And then at the end of it, you're free to say or not if they cheated. That's part of it. That's part of it. Right? So, it's been a most wonderful year so far. We're in the 12th month of the year, and as a blink, we'll be into 2025. We can only hope that for the folks, our commuters, our drivers, our passengers on the road, those who go to party late, etc., please take every precaution, drive safely, observe the speed limits. If there's a road, if there are road conditions that are conducive, please take your time. Don't say, well, because there's not proper lighting on this and that, that's the reason for accidents. Accidents will happen. Don't be the cause of it. Get yourself home safely. Get the persons in your charge home safely. Let's see the end of 2024 without any more reports of accidents, road fatality, even murders. Let's embrace the end of this year and look forward to a much, much brighter, prosperous and healthy 2025 and beyond. From the studios of WinFM, my name is Socrates, wishing you all the best.